Hello friends, welcome again. Friends, in this video lecture, we are going to discuss soliloquy as an important dramatic device used in English literature. Friends, in this video lecture, we will discuss the definition of soliloquy, the historical background of soliloquy. We will also see the difference between soliloquy and monologue, and then we will also have a look at some important soliloquies, some very popular soliloquies of English literature. But before we move ahead, I request all my viewers to please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon so that whenever I upload a new video, you will get the notification. So friends, now let's begin. Soliloquy. It is a dramatic or a literary device. It is a literary technique which is generally found in drama, and it is used by the dramatist to make the drama, to make the play more interesting and more appealing. Apart from art of plot construction and characterization, the dramatist makes use of some other devices, some other techniques like chorus, like allegory, right, like soliloquy. All these things come together to make the drama a successful work of art. We know that, in our previous video lectures, we discussed the importance of plot construction in drama. We discussed the importance of art of characterization in drama. They are very much important to make the drama a grand success, but at the same time, remember friends, soliloquy is also equally important. Why? Because the dramatist uses this device as a tool to express the inner psyche, inner psychology of the characters. John Dryden, the father of English criticism, has rightly said that drama is a just and lively image of human nature. According to John Dryden, drama is a work of art which expresses the real human nature. Now friends, to express the complexities of human nature, human psychology is very difficult, and it is at this time that soliloquy comes to the rescue of the dramatist. The dramatist uses this device of soliloquy to express the inner psychology of the major characters of his plays. These soliloquies were very popular during the Elizabethan age, during 16th century, 17th and 18th century, right? And remember friends, these two names are generally associated with the use of soliloquies in drama, and they are William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe. Now friends, let's first of all see how this term is coined in English language. The term soliloquy actually comes from Latin language. Okay, in Latin language there was a word soliloquium, soliloquium, soliloquium. Okay, in Latin there were two words. One was solus, S-O-L-U-S. Solus means alone, and loqui, L-O-Q-U-I, means to speak. So in short, the word soliloquy, the English word, actually comes from these two Latin words, solus and loqui. That means to speak alone, right? Let me give you the definition of soliloquy. The definition is that soliloquy means the act of talking to oneself, or the act of thinking aloud. When the characters are on the stage, we watch them perform some actions, right? As an audience, we watch them perform some actions, but we don't know what thoughts are going on in the mind of the characters. So at this point of time, the dramatist uses the soliloquy and the character starts thinking aloud, means what thoughts are going on in his mind, he speaks out. And at this point of time, other characters are not listening to him, or at this point of time, there is no other character standing on the stage. So soliloquy, in short, is a device in which a character speaks to himself or herself. It is related to the thoughts and feelings of the characters, right? In soliloquy, an actor speaks only when he is alone on the stage or when they believe they are alone, right? So this is the definition of soliloquy. Now friends, let's move ahead to have a look at how this device was used during the 16th and 17th century. As I told you in the beginning, soliloquy as a dramatic technique was popularly used by the most of the dramatists of English literature during the 16th, 17th and 18th century. But the most important dramatist who used it successfully during the 16th century was Thomas Kyd, right? Thomas Kyd has written the Spanish tragedy, where you find the successful use of these soliloquies in his plays. Apart from Thomas Kyd, we have two most important names in English literature during the Elizabethan age, and they are Christopher Marlowe, who used soliloquy in Dr. Faustus, The Jew of Malta, Edward II, and all other tragedies written by him. And William Shakespeare has also used such soliloquies in Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear, Othello, and all other plays. Now, friends, let's have a look at the importance of soliloquy or the functions of soliloquy. Number one, soliloquies, as I told you in the beginning, they reveal, they express, or they expose the character's mental condition. What thoughts are going on in the mind of the character, these thoughts are exposed or revealed by soliloquies. And this is important. Why? Because when a villain is thinking about some plan, okay, when the villain is trying to trap the hero, trap the protagonist, his thoughts, he speaks aloud in the form of soliloquies. So as an audience, we come to know about the real nature of that villain. So that's why soliloquy is important. Number two, soliloquy is again important in each and every drama. Why? Because there is no life if there is no conflict. No conflict, no life, and no conflict, no drama. In each and every drama, you find conflict as an important element. And this conflict is presented in two different forms, right? The conflict can be external conflict between two different characters, between the protagonist and the villain, antagonist, right? And another type of conflict that we find in drama is the inner conflict which is going on in the mind of the character. So the question is how to express, how to reveal this inner conflict of the characters. At this time, soliloquies are used by the dramatist. Number 3, soliloquies also help the dramatist to create sometimes dramatic irony. Through the use of soliloquies, the audience knows the fact which other characters on the stage do not know. Okay, and this creates a very dramatic situation, in which we know some facts which other characters do not know. And number 4, soliloquies also give a break to other characters on the stage. Why? Because one character is speaking aloud and his speech goes long for 2 minutes, 3 minutes or 4 minutes. During this time, other characters, they get enough time to change their costumes, to change the properties on the stage and all. And that's why soliloquies are important in drama. Right? Now friends, you must also understand the difference between soliloquy and monologue, because most of the times students are confused about these two terms. But remember, soliloquy is a speech delivered in absence of other characters on the stage, but monologue is a long speech which is delivered and addressed to either the audience or some other characters, right? So, there is a listener in monologue, and soliloquy there is no listener, right? So this is the difference, and this picture also tells you the difference between soliloquy and monologue. The upper picture, is the example of a soliloquy when one character is standing on the stage and that character thinks aloud. Okay, and on the other hand, if you see the second picture, that is the example of a monologue where you see that one character speaks to the other character and his speech is so long that we do not call it a dialogue, we call it a monologue. Okay, so that is the difference between soliloquy and monologue. Now friends, let's have a look at some important, very popular soliloquies of English literature. As I told you, William Shakespeare was the master in the use of soliloquies in his plays. Macbeth, a great tragedy written by William Shakespeare, you find this soliloquy at the end of this play: tomorrow, tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty face from day to day. Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player. Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. These thoughts which Macbeth has at the end of his life, he speaks out about the meaninglessness of his life. Okay, in another drama, in another tragedy, Hamlet also speaks these lines: to be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks. Here we understand the mental condition of Hamlet. Hamlet is not in a position to decide what to do, to live, to die, to sleep, to think what to do, right? And in another very popular play written by Christopher Marlowe, The Tragical History of Dr. Faustus, there also you come across this popular soliloquy: fair nature's eye, rise, rise again and make perpetual day. Dr. Faustus, he sees his death before his eyes and he speaks this line. He requests, he urges nature and God to save him from the devil Mephistopheles. So friends, These are some 2-3 examples that you must remember because they are very popular. These are the immortal lines, in English literature. So friends, here we come to the end of this discussion on soliloquies. If you have any doubts or questions, do write to me in the comment section of this channel, and do share this video among all your friends and classmates. Thank you very much.